All right, a perfect fit.
These are the only tires I could find, Toxie. One from a car, one from a truck, one from a bicycle, and one from a kiddie car. I chased them all personally.
Like I said, we couldn't afford to be fussy. Even Mom pitched in. An old couch.
This will make a great back seat for a great backseat driver.
Finally, it was finished, and we were ready for the big unveiling.
Like ready, man?
Set,
Go!
There's something familiar about this thing.
Naturally, darling boy. It's got your face.
But it's got my nose.
Bender created a special fuel made from a combination of garbage and septic groundswell for the cab to run on. Then it blows it out its exhaust in the form of sweet-smelling, life-giving oxygen. Now it was time to give our car a name. Everybody had a different suggestion.
Yeah, how about Spot?
or General MacArthur,
Or Snarzola.
or Garibaldi.
Or just plain old Baldy.
Forget it! I've already got the name. We'll call it Toxicab.
Toxic.
No,
yeah.
no.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
On second thought, I love it.
Totally perfecto moniker.
It has a certain bite to it.
Top-notch choice.
Then Toxicab it is.
Wow, boss, this thing is humongous.
I needed something to make up for your mini-sized brains. Because you two Yutzes are going to drive it to the Tromaville dump and crush the toxic Crusaders once and for all.
We are?
And it's only the beginning. From there, we'll start crushing all over the world.
Sounds like fun, but how do we get way up there?
Simple. Now, practice driving that thing.
You're right, boss.
No, Do you suppose this is some sort of poetic payback for my always playing dirty?
We let Mom have the privilege of test driving the Toxicab, out of respect for her age and her tender gender. Mostly because she was the only one who had a driver's license.
Way to go, Toxie's mom! Put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, peel that latex substance obtained from the sap of a tropical tree.
It was then that we learned a painful lesson about the Toxicab. It was a convertible. At least it was painful for poor Toxicab. We also learned that because Toxicab had spent years buried in that toxic ooze, it had developed certain mutant abilities. Like avoiding potholes. That afternoon, I planned a real romantic surprise. Boy, Yvonne won't believe it when I take her for a spin in our new Toxicab.
Whoa, Tox man, here she comes now.
Must you always be such a snitch?
Now remember, fellas, not a word about the Toxicab.
Don't worry, Toxie. Our lips are zipped.
We'll keep your secret no matter how much she knows is around.
Gesundheit.
Oh, John, I wanted to surprise you.
You too? Man, what a coincidence.
Idiot!
Is there something going on I should know about?
No, something you shouldn't know about. You see, oops.
Toxie, what is going on here?
I can't tell you.
How dare you keep secrets from me?
Well, you see, that is,
Well, if that's the way you feel, goodbye.
Yvonne was so upset, she went to visit Madame Gazanga, the locally franchised gypsy of the nationwide chain of fortune-telling parlors.
So, before we begin, you want I should talk like the way I'm talking now? Or do you wish me to speak like Raja Gabor? That costs $3 extra.
I really prefer the accent, but I gotta count my pennies.
Whatever you say, lady. Okay, so, what's on your mind?
My boyfriend Toxie is acting real peculiar, and I want to know why.
All right, let's see what the old crystal ball shows. I see the problem. The guy found a new interest. She looks to be like about a 20-year-old model with a really classy chassis.
So fancy! He's found another lady!
Oh, no, she's no lady! She's a...
Stop! Don't say it! I don't want to hear it!
And I thought people in Brooklyn were weird.
Poor Yvonne. She mistakenly thought I'd fallen for another woman.
No! Men, you can't trust them as far as you can throw them. I think there's a song in that. And it goes something like this. Oh, you can't trust a man as far as you can throw him, and you just can't ever throw him far enough. First he'll tell you there's no other, then he'll dump you for another. He'll be gone before the going gets tough. Oh, yeah. Baby!
That evening, I pulled up at Yvonne's house to take her for a surprise ride. But instead, I was the one who was surprised. It was a goodbye note with no forwarding address.
Dear Toxie, au revoir, adios, arrivederci, auf Wiedersehen, and a lot of other words that begin with the letter A. I never want to see you again. Loving kisses, Yvonne.
Oh, no! Good old taxicab came in real handy for the housebound folks of Tromaville. We used it for just about everything. From delivering groceries to shut-ins, to dropping kids off at school, to taking pets to the vet, to driving little old ladies to bingo games, and driving little old men to the little old ladies. As for me, I was too worried about Yvonne to join in the fun. Maybe she was in some kind of trouble. I was one sad sack of toxic turf. If it wasn't for Mob and Blobby, I don't know what I would have done. Meanwhile, in the Tromaville City Hall, Mayor Grody was also suffering.
Killaboff, what's taking so long with your plan? That non-profit taxi cab those Crusaders are operating is cutting into my profits.
Grody, what are you blabbering about?
All those good deeds they're doing free, I used to charge those old geezers for.
Your troubles will soon be over. The Crusader Crusher is on its way to Tromaville now. All right, boathead, drive it on board.
Okay, boss, we're ready to roll.
I thought this sort of thing only happened in cartoons.
Back at the toxic dump, my mind was still on Yvonne when the Crusaders returned from doing their good deeds.
Come on, Toxie. Let's drive over to the baseball field and look for diamonds.
No, you fellas go without me. I'm too upset about Yvonne missing.
Poor Toxie. This Yvonne thing has hit him like a ton of bricks.
2,000 pounds is more like it.
Like I've always said, love is for the dogs.
But Dr. Killaboff hadn't given up yet. He was still determined to crunch us Crusaders.
Neat idea, huh? Flying us in for a sneak air attack.
Yeah, but what if someone touches the wrong button and we get dropped?
Don't be stupid. Which button is gonna do that?
I don't know. Could be eeny, meeny, miny, or even Mo here.
I found myself in downtown Tromaville, where Yvonne and I had spent so many happy hours together. It was pure torture. Everywhere I looked, I saw her face before me. I couldn't escape it. She was everywhere. I was at the breaking point. I knew I needed professional help. Suddenly, there it was, Madame Gazonga's fortune-telling parlor.
Fellas, we're under attack by Bonehead and Psycho, driving the biggest truck I've ever seen. How come my doghouse is always the first thing to go?
Don't sweat it, troops. We'll counterattack with our own combat vehicle. Stop that truck! Oh, fine thing. Desertion in the face of danger.
Bummer, dudes. Instead of a checker cab, we've got a chicken cab.
Fellas, looks like we're gonna have to handle this thing ourselves.
Everywhere I look, I see my girlfriend's face. It's horrible. Look, there it is now.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol.
Oh, you're right. It is horrible.
Oh,
Yvonne, you came back.
but not for you, you two-timer. I forgot to pick up my laundry at the bowl and fold next door. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to get a life. I hope you and your newfound happiness will be happy.
Newfound happiness? What newfound happiness?
You know, the one with the classy chassis.
You mean the taxi cab here?
Your new love is a car?
That's what I tried to tell you, lady.
Huh?
Boys and their toys.
Back at our dump, sweet dump, the battle wasn't going too well.
Sound retreat, men!
I hate to say it, fellas, but it looks like the end of the Toxic Crusaders.
Not so fast, amigos! Scope out who's coming!
Well, dog my cats, it's Toxic Cab.
So that's why he drove off, to bring back our fearless leader, Toxie.
And all this time we thought he was a yellow cab. Toxie, are we glad to see you?
That huge truck is about to crush our shack to smithereens. Whatever smithereens are.
Me and Taxi Cab will handle the truck. You fellas take care of the Radiation Rangers.
It's moments like this that make me proud to be a Toxic Crusader.
Under Toxie's inspired leadership, how can we lose? It's moments like this that make me proud to work with Doc to kill him off.
Under his inspired leadership, how can we lose?
Aha! It's weeds we need!
Cowabunga!
Toxic Crusaders rule!
Dr. Gillimoff was pretty upset about losing his truck.
You bubble-brained idiots! Losing a Crusader Crusher is nothing to be sneezed at!
Sorry, boss.
Gazoon time!
We're the Toxic Crusaders, oh, we're the Toxic Crusaders, oh, we're the Toxic Crusaders. Of that we're pretty sure of. Pretty sure.